Hello again. Good evening, good day. I hope you're well wherever this video falls within your 24 hours. It's evening in Amsterdam at the moment. And this evening, I am going to be showing you how to create this visual agenda using Canvas with Icon Jar in Miro. But I guess first of all, probably a good idea to just quickly go over why would you create a visual agenda? Well, I think we can all agree that when we hit a meeting or a workshop, everybody wants to know what they're going to be covering. The key stages of that time spent together, what are we going to be doing? But what makes it even more powerful and easier to get on board is when you visualize those different stages, showing actually what you will be doing at the different points during the meeting or the workshop. And as you can see from this version here, you already start to get a little bit of energy, and it's a really nice welcome point for you to bring everybody to this slide and start doing your introductions and explaining what we can expect along the way. It's also really nice for people coming back into a board afterwards. Perhaps they didn't make the meeting, or perhaps they've forgotten and they just want to do a recap. So that would be why I would say create visual agendas. But without further ado, let's create this one, which is by no means the only kind of visual agenda you could create. You could get very creative and do lots of different templates. But with this one, you could just make it once and use it throughout all of your meetings and workshops. No problem. Let's start by looking at the construction. So you can see that it's pretty modular. We're copying the same format and just changing content as we go. So it's once you create one, the rest is pretty simple. So let's get started with creating our first one. I'm going to come over to my blank canvas over here, and then I'm going to hit back to Icon Jar, and I am going to look for my cloud first. So I'll go for my clouds. I know, because I created the sets, that these are not the clouds I want. They're from the brainstorming framework, but you could use them if you wanted to. I know that I am looking for the fluffy clouds. So I'm going to drag one of them over into my canvas, and I give it a little zoom in. And then I'm going to put my agenda item, so that'll be whatever the title is for that section. And then I want my numbers. That's what I want. Number. So we got lots of different numbers, but I know that I want the circular ones. I need 6 of them, so I'm going to highlight them all at the same time. And I also know that I want to give prominence visually to the different steps. So I'm going to change the color of this from orange to my brand purple. So I'm going to select the orange in the color bar. And then I already have my brand colors saved in my palette, and if you don't have yours done too, then I suggest you do, because it makes life a lot faster. Then remember, when we've changed colors, we need to drag the element from this panel here and not from over there, because that will drag the original. This is going to drag the changed version, but because we had all 6 highlighted, they're all going to come over at the same time. Now I'm going to put them there for just now. And I am going to go and find, we also need to have our little descriptive text underneath. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go back over here and just copy that. Boop. Take the bold off. I'm going to change, and I never ever use black, but I'm going to use black for the purposes of speed in a demo. And I think 48 is probably the right size of text, but we can evaluate the legibility of the text at the end once we have everything in place. I'm going to put my number down here, but I'm going to send it to the back. And then I'm going to nudge it this way so we can see it properly. And I'm not going to bother with the icon just yet. I'm going to go and grab my arrow. And again, a fair few arrows to wade through. But of course, because I created my example earlier, I know that this is the one that I want. So I'm going to come in and grab this arrow. And I'm going to rotate it so that we can start to get a little bit of variety in their placement. I think that adds a really nice visual interest. And I'm going to select all of them, and for now I'm going to group them, and then I'm going to duplicate it. And do I want it to go there? I want it to be raised a little bit. So why don't we, you know what, I'm going to ungroup everything, because that is going to make it harder to change the direction of these arrows. And I'm just going to have them kind of alternating between up and down. And then I'm just going to copy all of this again. I basically, on my Mac, press Option, but I think it'll be Alt on a Windows machine. Option, click and drag, We can do it like that. And then I'm going to do that a second time, or you can press Control and D, Command and D to duplicate it. And I'm going to take off that last arrow because we don't need that. But now we do indeed have 6 steps. And of course, what I like to do is I'll take my numbers. Oh, they're going to go behind anyway because we've copied everything on top. So let me just do this. I'm going to delete all the old numbers and put that in there and put that in there. Okay, and then it's time for the names of the agenda items. So this one was introductions. This one was, I can't remember, brainstorm. And this one was, I do have my iPod here with a reference image. Let me just bring that up. Validate, decide. And then, you know what, we should probably put the title text up here now. So that's left aligned. I need this here. Hey, you know what, for the speed of a demo, let's do this. Let's pretend I did it myself. And then we just need the icons and then it'll be complete. So I'm going to come back over here. Introductions. I wanted like a greeting, a handshake. So I had typed in handshake and here we go. We've got these lovely guys over here. Guys and gals, either way. Hey, come here you. All right. I'm going to do that like that. Then brainstorm. Let's see what brainstorm comes up with. Yes, I want some of these. Thanks very much. That looks great. That's definitely brainstormy. Validate. So I had, when I was looking earlier on for decide, I was like, well, it's like a target, isn't it? So I typed in target and what I got was, I got my target, the bullseye that I was looking for, but I also got this one, and I thought that that was a really great reflection. Let me select it. I thought that was a really great reflection of like validating, like hitting and missing and trying ideas. So I thought that I could actually use both of them and then they come step after step. So that was quite a nice visual tie, isn't it? I'm going to do that and that. And then actions was, I wanted to be like a goal or like an aim. And then I saw this one with like star. So it's like, the attempting, the reaching for via motion and action. And then appreciation. I was like, find me someone that's happy. And I found, now, hang on a minute. Where have you gone? Here we go. There we go. Someone with a lot of love to give. But we're going to give some appreciation to our team members because they deserve it. And then the last piece was, it was objective, was what I searched for that title. Objective. Here we go. There. All right. I might scale that up a little bit for a bit more hierarchy. And move it down. But there you go. And you could move things. Would I move things closer together? I might, if I'm honest, I might try and actually move these all a little bit closer together so that we can zoom in more because the text is feeling a little bit small. So I'd like to have it like this. Oh, and then we forgot to select that one and move that one in. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. Because right now, if this is me looking at the whole thing as one single frame, then I can't actually read it so well. So I'm going to move this over, maybe down a little bit. But if I zoom in now, and this is looking better, but you know what? I actually think that all of this text, so we can do something here. Let's have a look at this. Let's make it 56. And I think that reads better, actually. because you don't really want, people can scroll in and out, absolutely, but if you're presenting this as a slide, whoops, I'm moving myself around. If you present this as a slide, you really want to, there. There we go. And it's just in time for my washing machine to start doing the really, really hard spinning. Sorry about that. Let's just say I'm just getting started with my video production, and it's amateur right now, but we'll get better, and I'd rather you had this video than not have this video. So I hope it's been helpful, and I hope you've been able to make this too, and if you have, tag me, put it online, tag me, or if you make a different one, I'd love to see it. Thanks for your time. I hope you have a beautiful day, evening, rest of your 24 hours or whatever's remaining in it. And I'll see you again another time. Thank you. Bye.